to my channel, Licensed Immigration. Today I'm going to talk briefly about this form that you can see on your screen. Form I-944, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency. As you can see on the screen, this form expires 10/31/2021. I'm just going to talk about this form without filling it in. Just going to go through it with you guys quickly, and I hope it will help you in the process. I would also like to thank all those people that have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, just go to my channel and subscribe. Also commented on the videos. I will answer as soon as possible the comments that I'm truly sorry that I haven't responded on timely manner. I really appreciate the love and support that all of you guys have given me. Also, please aware that you must also watch this video thoroughly and entirely for you could have a better understanding of the forms. And also, if like I said before, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to my channel and also activate that notification bell for you guys could have that notifications on your phones or any electronic device when I upload new videos. I'm sorry if you hear back noises on the audio. They're repairing where I recording the streets. In the Form I-944, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency, public charge final rule goes in effect on February 24, 2020. USCIS will reject any affected application or petition does not include Form I-944 received on or after February 24, 2020. So let me give you some information that you guys need about this form. What is this form? The Form I-944 is used by USCIS to determine if applicants are likely to become a public charge. If you don't know what is a public charge means that it refers to individuals who are dependent on government programs such as cash assistance, food stamps, or any government assistance program. USCIS may regard any applicant inadmissible if they believe the applicant is likely to become a public charge. USCIS says, we evaluate whether you are inadmissible by weighing all the positive and negative factors related to your age, health, family status, assets, resources, and financial status, even education and skills. Prospective immigration status and period of stay will also consider Form I-864 as part of your adjustment status. So who will need this form to be filled in? The new public charge law only applies to those applying for a permanent resident or the green card in the United States through a family member with Form I-485. Those who are applying for certain temporary visa abroad, of people applying for an immigrant visa at a consulate abroad based on family petition. Many people are now affected by public charge rules, including people applying for other types of immigration status, most current permanent residents, and people who do not plan to apply for any immigration benefits. Other important details that you must know about this form, that there is no filing fee. So don't worry about that filing fee because this form doesn't have any. Meeting USCIS health insurance requirements is really important for this form, I-944. On February 24, 2020, USCIS implemented the inadmissibility on public charge ground nationwide. Public charge is described as someone who is likely to become dependent on a government assistance. USCIS has always considered public charge when determining your status in the in the United States. However, under the current Trump administration, the public charge will be looked in a different light. USCIS want to know how much government assistance you have received in the past years and how much assistance you would likely to receive. They use the information you provide to determine whether you will be considered a public charge to the government in the future. If the applicant is deemed to become a public charge, USCIS could deny their green card petition. USCIS gathered this information with the Form I-944, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency. Part of the requirement is showing that the applicant has sufficient health insurance as evidence that they will not become dependent on government assistance for medical care or medical insurance purposes. This article helps to explain what these insurance requirements are, the different ways they can be met, and the implication of applying without medical insurance, as well as the option available to those who don't have a social security number. Understanding the public charge of this Form I-944 is that a public charge law only applies in those who are applying for permanent residence or the green card. United States, through a family member who are an employer with Form I-485, those who are applying for certain temporary visa abroad or applying with people for an immigrant visa at a consulate abroad, based on the family petition or an employment-based petition. So I'm just repeating this for you guys to have that understanding about this form, okay? Many people are not affected by public charge rules, including people applying for other types of immigration status, most current permanent residents, and people who do not apply for any immigration benefits. Form I-944's Declaration of Self-Sufficiency is filled concurrently with Form I-485, Adjustment of Status. This applies to both employment and family-based applications for adjustment of status. Those applying for permanent residence from outside the country undergo a slightly different application process, referred to as a consular process, as I compare to those applying for an adjustment of status, I-485, from within the United States. Important note that the public charge consideration applies to those who are not applying via consular process as well, okay? So through there is not a specific form that process applicants may still be asked about public charge, related matters such as medical history and health insurance in their interview. So sorry I'm making mistakes when I'm speaking. The answers to the question will impact whether on the application will be not or accepted. For those reasons, all applicants, whether those applying from within the country for an adjustment status or those applying from outside the country for admission, should do all they can reduce their chances that they will be deemed at risk of becoming a public charge. One way to help with this is to adequate non-government subsidized health insurance. If you need more information, just go to the USCIS Public Charge Fact Sheet. So guys, if I made a mistake while speaking, I'm truly sorry. I'm not editing this video, I'm just recording live. Like I said, my channel is just to help all of you guys to have that understanding, and I'm not the one that likes to edit the videos. I just record, do it live, and just publish it on the YouTube channel. Also guys, I have a Facebook as well. You can go follow me on Facebook under the same name as this channel, Licenciada de Inmigración. And my channel, I do both English and Spanish videos for you guys to have a better understanding, either way, bilingual. Like I said, I am thankful for all your love and support. And I know I talk too much, but it's okay. I'm just helping you guys out. The health insurance requirements. So what you guys need to know about the health insurance requirements, there are a wide variety of factors that dictate whether or not an applicant is deemed to be a public charge. As previously mentioned, one of those factors is whether or not the applicant has adequate health insurance. Sorry for the background noise, okay? The absence of health insurance, especially if the individual has pre-existing medical conditions, can be considered a negative factor on a green card. Applications, on the other hand, have unsubsidized private health insurance that can serve a heavily positive factor in the public charge test, which can serve to help balance out of overweight or other negative factors. Acceptable kind of health insurance are the following that I'm going to provide for you are the employer-sponsored coverage, the most important, unsubsidized health plans offered on the individual market. Short-term health policy must be valid for at least 364 days. Military medical, catastrophic plans. Visitor health insurance plan must be valid for at least 364 days. And the health plan of a family member. Okay, so those are the only insurance that are acceptable throughout the process. Whether or not an individual health insurance is deemed as inadequate depends largely on an pre-existing medical conditions, especially in this condition likely to incur significant cost. Any kind of catastrophic plan, visitor insurance, and short-term plans may not be the best option for those who are anticipate having a high medical cost, as these plans typically only cover costs associated with medical emergencies. Something else to consider is that not all health insurance is created equal in the eyes of public charge. Adjustment. Not only do applicants need to make sure they can find affordable options that offer adequate coverage, but they also need to find coverage that is non-government subsidized. When it comes to determining the potential for being a public charge from health insurance information, the most important distinction is between government subsidized and non-government subsidized health insurance. To put this into perspective, having government subsidized insurance is actually deemed worse than applying with no health insurance at all. Government subsidized health insurance is categorized as a strong negative factor because it suggests that there is much higher likelihood that an individual will require government-funded support in the future, thus making them a high risk from becoming the public charge. Not only government offers health insurance, it's subsidized through, so you have the option to shop around. What do you need to know if you do not have a health insurance? An absence of health insurance was submitted this form I-94, the form that you could see that I'm scrolling down on the screen, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency, and Form I-485, Adjustment of Status. Application is not automatic grounds for the denial of an application. Rather, it will be considered collectively with the other information given in the Form I-944, such as medical history and age, to determine whether or not the application is determined to be a high risk or becoming public charge. However, while the absence of health insurance is not automatic grounds for denial, it does not count as a negative factor that could increase the likelihood of the application being denied on a public charge grounds. This is especially through it. If the applicant has any serious pre-existing medical condition, it's a good idea to try and have a private health insurance by your interview, especially if you have other negative factors to your application. Getting insurance before the interview. If an applicant does not have health insurance, at the time they have submitted their application, they can still get coverage and present at the interview to decrease the chance the application will be denied. This can give applicants more time to find an insurance type that has the right for them. However, if they still do not have the insurance at the time of the interview, it could increase the chances that application will be denied. Finding a health insurance without Social Security number, I know it's tough. So often individuals find it difficult to find health insurance while they're waiting to be assigned a Social Security number. While it's more difficult to get covered without Social Security number, it's not impossible. You can apply for it. There are a few options available, so I'm going to give you guys some options that you guys could use while you finding the health insurance without Social Security number. First, as I mentioned above, individuals can file without having insurance and finding coverage before their interview. For applicants who are waiting on the social security number, there's a chance that it could arrive before their interview, giving them the chance to more easily find a healthcare provider but still be able to provide evidence on coverage by their interview. The second the second choice is the applicants can visit their insurance to serve as their health insurance while they wait to be given a social security number. It's important to know, however, that visitor insurance must be valid for a term at least 364 days, okay? Additional visitor insurance acts more like a short-term health insurance. If that the catastrophic coverage, this means that it usually only covers emergency medical procedures. If you have any persistent medical condition, this may not be the option for you, okay? In the third, some health plans that do not require a social security number, they're difficult to find, but they're valuable options. Lastly, in the case when an applicant is unable to get their spouse insurance due to an absence of social security number, they can include a reinstatement with their application indicating that their plan be added to their spouse when they receive that social security number. Financial alternative. This is a topic that we must touch. An alternative option does not have a health insurance, but we provide sufficient evidence that they have necessary funds to pay for any medical needs without health insurance. This will be more difficult alternative for any applicant in pre-existing medical condition that could incur high fees. So what's next after all that I explained to you guys? I know it's a lot, but hold on with me. The Form I-944 asks for a lot of information, as you can see when I'm scrolling down. That's why today I'm not filling it in. Just going through going through it with you guys thoroughly and quick, because it takes a lot of time and it's more personal information than anything. Okay? So it requires a lot of documentation as well, this one. And this can be added stress to the immigration process. Don't be stressed out, guys. Don't get stressed. If you don't know how to do it, don't worry. Let me know in comment below if you want me to fill it in. But to them, you're submitting it to publishing on this social media platform without filling it in. But if you want me to fill it in, I will. Just comment. Just let me know if you want to. But I'm just giving you information that you guys need for this form. So how much you must pay for the USCIS application fee? This fee, there's no fee for this form. No fee. So don't worry about fees. Okay? And if you have question how to pay a fee, I'm going to explain how you can pay USCIS an application fee. Every applicant must include payments for USCIS fee when submitting an immigration application. So, like I said, this form doesn't have any fee. But maybe any other form that you guys use, maybe the I-485, will have a fee. Or any form of its kind throughout the immigration process that you guys are going through does need to pay a fee. So I'm going to go, like I said, with you guys through how to pay this fee if you guys don't know. So there's 3 ways to pay USCIS application fee. 1, personal check or money order. Credit card or debit card. USCIS online payment. Here's a breakdown I'm going to give you how to pay with each payment method. So I'm giving you a tool here. I'm helping you guys out. Pay with a personal check. Check and money order should be payable to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Repeat, U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Don't put on the check or money order abbreviations like DHS or USDHS, because they will not accept it. On the memo line, write the name of the applicant and the name of the form. Write the day you're completing this check in the U.S. style of month/day/year. Example, today's date, September 1st, 2020. Okay? Personal check must be associated with a bank that is located in the United States and payable as U.S. currency. Any payment from a foreign institution will be rejected to the USCIS. Attach payment to the top of your application when you mail this fee and the form at USCIS. Pay with credit card, debit card, if you want to pay with debit or credit card, in order to pay that fee with a credit or debit, you must fill in the form G1450. Repeat, form G1450, and send the application to a USCIS lockbox facility. Payments can be made via Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. A filled out form G1450 must be sent with each form that requires payment. For example, you must submit 2 forms for G1450 for concurrency filed green card application, 1 form for the I-130 and other for the form I-485. You must fill that form, and on the top of the application, you will mail it to USCIS. Okay. Important notes about the credit card and debit card, what you guys processes. Be sure that has the proper funds in account to cover their fees. Even the payments rejected cannot be completed if you don't have those fees on your card. USCIS will not tend to run your card again. They only do it once. I know it's harsh, but that's how the USCIS work. So try to have money on that card, because if you didn't have money, they will just not do it. Like when you go to the store, you keep swiping that card right there. They will not do that. If this happens, your entire application will be rejected and returned to you. So I just consider just do it money order. Check. It's much better, because you just want to try. They pass it, doesn't go through. They just decline that petition. It's rejected, and it will be returned to you. It may be good just to call your bank and let them know the large transaction will be going through, ensure they don't flag and reject the transaction. But just don't do that. My advice, just do just do check and money order check. That's what I do, and that's the best that you could do. Okay. Making an online payment. That's another choice that you guys have to make payments to USCIS. If you're filing one of the few forms that USCIS has available online, just if you're doing the form online, the USCIS system should guide you through the process of paying online. Once you are ready to submit your application, the system will direct your Department of Treasury site, pay.gov, to pay your fees online. To make a payment online, only use pay.gov. Always be sure to check the website address before entering any information. Important. When you're going to make a payment in pay.gov, check your browser. If it has a lock, closed, like a lock that is closed, not open, just a lock beside the URL, that means that's the website and it's very secure. But if you don't see that website with a lock, just don't put that information. Advice. That's important advice that you guys, for any website that you guys go to, any shopping center website, make sure that the URL, in the front of the URL, has a lock. If you see it doesn't have a lock, just don't write any payment information, because they could steal your information, hack your information. Okay? So be careful to avoid scams website and scammers who may pretend to be a government website. So another good thing that I want to tell you is about this form. What supporting documents that you guys need for this form, I-94? You need to include quite a few supporting documents with your I-94 for, besides proof of income such as tax return, proof of access such as property deeds, and other bank statements. You need to include evidence of virtually all the details you list on the form, including education, job offers, health insurance. In many cases, if supporting documents aren't available, you're expected to explain why it's worth going through these instructions with you guys. But make sure you have include all the documents you need. Because Form I-94 is so complicated, it's important to get the proper support as you go through the process of filing this form and supporting documents. When you partner with balanced and independent lawyer, will review all your forms and your supporting documents and answer any questions you might have. So let me know, guys, comment below if you want me to fill this in, and also comment you like this video. So where will you send this form I-94 for? you send your Form I-944 along with the Form I-485, okay? And all your supporting documents are part of your complete green card application. When you get ready to file with the government, Boundless will print out your complete green card application package, assemble it precisely how the government prefers, and mail it to their doorstep. How long does it take this process for the Form I-944? Because the I-944 is so new, really new, USCIS hasn't yet provided estimates of the processing time, but I'm gonna give you my estimate. Estimated time will be between 10 and 13 months from the day you file Form I-485 to process a green card application, but that could increase under the new system. We updated this page. They updated everything on the page of USCIS when they notify green card customer when the official time becomes available, okay? To keep your processing time to a minimum, it's important to get your forms completed correctly first time round. I would like to let you guys know that don't leave anything blank. Now USCIS is rejecting forms without leaving it blank. So don't leave anything blank. If something doesn't apply to you, just do N/A or none. And once again, there's no filing fee for this form. That's very good news. Of course, you still have to pay all the regular fees associated with the rest of the green card application, and you might face some extra out-of-pocket expenses as you collect all additional supporting documents you need. To keep costs low, remember that Boundless can help you complete your entire green card application, including Form I-944 at a single rate of $950. There's a website they help out. Okay. USCIS was out laying off 13,000 employees, but warns delays in immigration procedures. So that's, guys, you must know. USCIS, like I'm going to repeat again, are laying up a lot of employees in the immigration procedures. So this may delay your application or any application that you have already on file or you're going to apply. Okay. So don't hesitate. Don't worry, everything is alright. They just having some layoff employees. They're firing a lot of employees, and now with the pandemic, everything has slowed down. Sorry guys if I'm talking too much, and any background noise, any like no good pronunciation on words. I'm just recording live, and I'm trying my best just not to edit. I'm not gonna edit this video. I don't like editing. Basically all my videos that you guys see on the platform, I just record live and don't edit. Okay. So guys, remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Activate notification bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Like, comment below, and share. And thanks for the love and support. And have a blessed day.